What's going on YouTube, Achilles here, and today I put together a mono white control deck, and we're trying out 3 cards from the new set in this deck, and they are United Front, Aang's Iceberg, as well as Abandoned Air Temple. So with United Front, this is an over-the-top card, which goes really good in this deck, because if everything goes in our favor, we're going to be grinding out the game as long as we can, getting a lot of tokens, generating a lot of value, and then eventually we're going to have a lot of mana. So with United Front, we could go really wide and make a bunch of 1/1 white ally creature tokens, and then we get to put a 1/1 counter on each creature we control. So this will go super over the top. And a good combination with this card is another new card, which is Abandoned Air Temple, which is a good land because it'll produce white mana for us, but for 4 mana, we could tap it to put a 1/1 counter on each creature we control. So we could use United Front and then use the Abandoned Air Temple at some point to make her creatures even more powerful. And with Aang's Iceberg, it's a card that could exile another non-land permanent until this leaves the battlefield. And the good thing with this is it has flash, so we could play very reactive with it. The rest of the deck is a lot of token generation with stuff like Caretaker, Beza the Bounding Spring, Elspeth, Dollmaker Shop, Overlord the Mistmoors, and of course we got our lands with Fountainport and Secluded Starforge to generate all those tokens as well. Plus we get to draw a lot of cards with Caretaker's Talent and Enduring Innocence. Plus with all those artifact and earthbending decks, Ultima is really good because we get to get rid of all their artifacts. Plus with all the lands that are earthbended on the board, they won't return as lands because of Ultima's ability to end the turn, and there won't be anything else on the stack. So we hold off all the aggro decks, and if we're playing against a control deck, we'll grind through everything they throw at us, generate a bunch of tokens, and win the game. So let's get right into this list. We got 2 Authority of the Consuls, 2 Seamrip, 4 Caretaker, 4 Get Lost, 1 United Front, 1 Aang's Iceberg, 4 Caretaker's Talent, 4 Enduring Innocence, 1 Beza the Bounding Spring, 3 Day of Judgment, 4 Elspeth Stormslayer, 2 Ultima, 1 Overlord the Mistmoors, 1 Dollmaker Shop and Porcelain Gallery, and for the lands we got 1 Abandoned Air Temple, 1 Adagia Windswept Bastion, 1 Ishgard the Holy Sea, 11 Plains, 4 Demolition Field, 4 Fountainport, 1 Secluded Starforge, and 3 Sunken Citadel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every bit will help. If you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. And if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. Opponents going first. Not too bad of a start for us. Allies. Uh-oh. Okay. Probably playing a bunch of lessons if I had to guess. Interesting. Artist talent in there too. Wonder what they're up to. I'm going to hold this Get Lost up. I might end up using it on, oh yeah, okay. So they're going to get their... I don't even know what they're doing. All I know is that they're going to try to discount their cards with the Grand, but let's just attempt to get rid of it. It'll quench you. That's fair. So honestly, I'm just going to get rid of it right now because this card will discount all their lessons, so we're going to throw them off a little bit just by doing that. It's not much, but I want to slow them down any way I can. I'm going to go for Carrot Cake and start our token generation. We already have a 5th land for Elspeth, so we're going to scry that to the bottom. We want to find a Caretaker's Talent or an Enduring Innocence, so we could keep up with our opponent drawing all these cards. I see what they're doing. They're using Artist Talent to discount their lessons, like Accumulate Wisdom. They give themselves a big hand. That's really good, though. Another Grand, guys. Oh, no. That's really crazy, though, between Artist Talent and the Grand. Another one. Oh, my goodness. So crazy. I really like this deck, though, that they're playing. They have just enough mana to use Ill-Quentia. That's why we're going to put this on top, because I know it's going to get countered. But if it doesn't, that'll be really good. But I won't be surprised if they counter this right now. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so let's make some tokens.
I welcome all allies.
We're going to go for the swing, put a little pressure on them. Go from there. They could easily use something like a Boomerang Basics to bounce back the Elspeth. But I wonder what their game plan is. Interesting. We'll double block, see if we could get rid of it. And we do. Another abandoned attachments. I'm so curious to see what their win con is. I mean, sure, they could just use lessons and whatnot. They could be playing the 5-drop dragon, which I'm forgetting its name, even though I covered it a million times. Oh my god. They already have 20... How many cards left they're going to have? They're going to have only a few cards left in their deck. I am very curious to see what is going to happen this game. Alright, we don't have much going for us besides just generating a whole bunch of tokens that we're just going to keep swarming on the board. And that's all we're going to do for now. I mean, there's not much else to do. But I wonder if they have anything to go wide. I mean, there's Iroh's Demonstration, actually, that could do 1 damage to all our tokens. Ah, okay. Very interesting. And then they could reuse everything. That's cool. And the Pyroclasm, guys. Oh no. It's all good though. I'm just gonna end up using I mean, I could just use the -3 though on Elspeth and save the Day of Judgment, which might be better in the long run. Yeah, let's just do that. If we could just outlast them and just if they deck out, then we win. So, you know, that might just end up being the game plan at this point. Unless they have a way to shuffle everything back in the deck. And there's multiple cards that do that now. So, even from the new set, there's that 3-drop, I don't even remember its name, but I'm sure they could do that if they wanted to. But they have to know that they, this deck will just cycle through a million cards in their deck. They already had 16 cards. Alright, 15, then they're going to draw 3. They're going to be at 12. I am so curious to see what's going to happen. Can't put my finger on what the game plan is to win. This is insane. 10 cards, now they're going to go to 7. What is going on here? I will say, though, I am inspired by what they're doing with this card. But I would... Well, I mean, I would assume they have something to shuffle their deck back in, but that's what I would probably do if I built this. Like 1 or 2 cards. Even 2 left walking, you could just infinitely keep shuffling your deck in if you could keep putting back a Weft Walking. So they have 6 cards left in their deck. They're going through their deck again. What's going on? I can't comprehend the game plan. My goodness, 4 cards now. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I see. They're just going to try to do a whole bunch of damage with that, I'm guessing. I mean, is that the move? I'm going to have to Day of Judgment then. I'm going to hold off on the Carrot Cake for now. So we only have 6 mana. We'll do this, and then we could use the Carrot Cake.
Join the fight.
Another one. Alright, they only have 1 card left in their deck, guys, so they're going to have to do something crazy right now. Is that the move? Alright, so we just gotta survive a turn and then we'll win. Okay. Alright, we get to go first with this one. Not the greatest start in the sense we don't have any way to, generate tokens on our early turns. I mean, yeah, we have Dollmaker's Shop, but we still need a creature on the board to enable token generation from it. Honestly, I'm doing it. I mean, sure, they could go into the Cub, but let's say they don't have the Cub, then, you know, they're stuck with 2 mana to work with instead of having 3. Oh man, there's the Cub. Alright, well, listen, guys. It's okay. We will play this tapped. Go for Dollmaker's Shop, so it could be, you know, just using our mana. And then next turn we could Day of Judgment. And then hopefully, of course, we find a 5th land. Go for Elspeth. Go from there. And hopefully they just use a bunch of cards in their hand right now to make a crazy board. And then we will just Day of Judgment them. So let's see. What is the move, opponent? 4 mana, it's crazy. I could go for Overlord. Huh, okay. 2 mana left. They're gonna bring it to level 2, and they might even use a map token. Oh no, another Lindwar Elf. But the problem with that deck that they're playing right now is 1 board wipe will really hurt them. So that's the only downside to playing a strategy like that. Ultima being the more of the biggest threat, because then, you know, they won't be able to get those lands back. But let's see what their follow-up play may be. We still need to find that 5th land. It's not a 5th land, but I will gladly play this Enduring Innocence right now. We could start drawing and generating tokens, hopefully finding that 5th land. And let's say we find the 5th land before the swing, then we'll get even more value. Plus, I'm not worried if they pump that up a bunch. We'll deal with that eventually. But Gene Pollinator is so good right now because of the Cub. Like I was just saying the other day to my friend, like a full play set of Lindwar Elves, a full play set of Pollinator, and a full play set of Cub, and you can literally just build a deck with that, you know, just the groundwork of just all that. It's just so good. Alright, we found the 5th land, thankfully. We're going to go for Elspeth. Now we're going to double down on our tokens. We'll trigger Enduring Innocence right now, draw a card, go for the swing, gain 2 life, and generate 2 more tokens, which we could easily block the Gene Pollinator with. And if they happen to go for an Ouroboros, we have Get Lost on top of Elspeth's -3, which is really nice. So I think we're in a really good spot at the moment. You just have to weather the storm of their curve, which we did with Day of Judgment, and then the rest of it is just going to be a slow but steady grind to win. But they still have a lot of plays, especially since they could make really powerful creatures with all the counters on them, and if they could somehow get something with Trample out, then it's even crazier, so we have to be careful. Hey, I know that card. We're playing it in here. Interesting to see it in this deck, but that makes a lot of sense, though. Very cool. We could flip that over if we want. Nice, yeah. They saw what we could do. Love this guy's name. It's so funny. Alright, we're going to keep this hand. We're going to start things off with Sunken Citadel, going to Caretaker for turn 2, unless, of course, we need to use this Get Lost, but we're trying to set it for the Day of Judgment, it looks like, eventually. That's a Beza. Alright, so we're going to try to find a 4th land, which is going to be very important for us. Okay, that's not a 4th land, but it is a card that will generate more value, which can lead to the 4th land. Plus, we can play this on curve, which is very nice. Go right into Enduring Innocence. So, a deck like that, we're just going to play Defend the Castle with ourselves. We're not going to try to die. We'll set ourselves up and we'll be in a good spot. Because they're playing Life Gain, they're playing Beza, they're probably playing stuff like Zoraline. I think that's what it's called, a 3-drop guy. So, let's see what happens. All I know is they didn't have a turn 1 life gain generating card, so it's not the best start for them as well. Okay, if they had, like, turn 1... Actually, no. If they went turn 1 Hallie, I would have warped away, so... Makes sense. That's a 4th land. Let me see if this swing will go through. And it does. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw a card. It's a good card, but I don't think it's going to be good now. Alright, so now we're just going to play reactive with our Essence Channeler or Get Lost. We're going to remove something that's a threat if we need to. There's the Zoraline. Are they going to go for this swing? If a bat attacks, you'll gain a life. So what if we just take that away from them? I don't want them to gain life. It's a 5th land, which is really good. We're going to play the Beza because then we will draw a card. Actually, let's see if they block this. Do not. Alright, so now we play Beza, draw a card. And we will draw even more cards because we'll generate tokens for Enduring Innocence. And if things don't go our way, we have Day of Judgment to clear the board, but right now we don't really have to worry about that at the moment. Doesn't really matter what they choose with the Deep Cavern Bat as well, because we have 2 Day of Judgments and the Get Lost, which is spot removal, which they might end up taking. Yep, that is good. Well, not for us, but good for them. Another Day of Judgment. So funny. Alright, so how about... go for the swing. Play Carrot Cake, see what we can find. That actually is really good. You know what? I'm going to take that. And we could do that at instant speed, which is really cool, actually. And Sunken Citadel just helps with Abandoned Air Temple, so we can't go wrong with that. They're going to give their Essence Channeler flying. That's fair. They got to be careful because I'm going to be pumping up our board a lot. Alright, they play Halia as a 1-drop with the Warp ability. I'm starting to think I'm going to go for Day of Judgment at this point. Because if they are playing the 5-drop guy that could like loop all the damage over and over, that's going to be a problem. So, it might be the move. I'm going to go for a big swing first, of course. Yeah, so they do all that. We're going to take a bunch of damage. We go to 10. Alright, so let us pump up all our creatures. And had Vigilance, so that's a thing. Alright, so check it out, guys. We're going to go for the big swing. Gain a little life. Now, use Day of Judgment. Clearing the board. And on their turn, if I don't need to use this Get Lost, I'm going to go for Carrot Cake so we could draw a card. Let's go from there. If they set up another board, we'll just keep getting rid of it. Another Deep Cavern Bat. They're probably sad to see the Day of Judgment ×2. So the only other option is just to get rid of Get Lost. But what is their follow-up play after that? Just the bat, huh? Alright, so we are going to scry, get our token. I don't think we need another one right now. We have plenty of removal. Fountainport, though, I'll take. It's very important. Play the Fountainport. 5 mana, we could get back some cards. 5. And then we will... So if we do that, we will still have enough mana to make a fish if we wanted to, but I think we're just going to do this first. Get back 2 carrot cakes to our hands. And then instead of making a fish, I think the carrot cake makes more sense. Oh yeah, we want to get that on top. I mean, you could argue I should have just went for the Fountainport and played reactive, but we still didn't use the Enduring Innocence yet, so it just makes sense. I mean, in the sense that we didn't draw a card yet. Since it's only a once per turn trigger. But if and when we get Elspeth down, they're going to be in a bad spot. Of course, they could use a Get Lost of their own, but let's see what they got. So they play that for 3 mana. Go for the swing, gain 1 more life. Alright, so now we're going to go over the top. We're going to use these. We don't need them right now. 5. Go for Elspeth.
I will turn the tide of battle.
Just -3 and get rid of that. I have to commit more to the board. Unless they can't just swing with the bat and get rid of it, so that is a move. Let's go for another carrot cake. Another Elspeth. What if they get rid of our Elspeth? You know what? Just in case, if they have a way to get rid of this Elspeth, I will gladly take another one. I'm going to go for the double swing. And we're going to just attempt to set up a game next turn. We'll have 6 rabbits out. If we get rid of this carrot cake at the end of their turn, we pump up those 6 rabbits, and that's 12 damage. And if they swing with this, they'll go to 9, so we should win. But of course, they can make another board to block our rabbits, but they're going to have flying in order to do so. So let's just see what happens. Oh my goodness. That's a move, guys. Actually, I didn't expect that from them. And they go for the swing still. Very interesting. Alright, we'll get rid of a carrot cake, gain some life. We still find a bunch of lands. I don't trust that board. I really don't. And we got it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.